Guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for all of you that liked my video. For those that subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate. So today I have something wonderful for you guys as usual. I was reading the book of Genesis chapter 12, and then I just had a deep revelation about it, and of course I had to share. So I'm going to be reading from the book of Genesis 12, 1, 2, 3, and it says, "Now the Lord said to Abraham, get out of your country, from your family and from your father's house, to a land that I shall show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So I'm just going to summarize what this means real quick. So basically, God is calling Abraham, and as God called him, God is instructing him to leave his family. He's telling him, leave your father's house, leave your family, and go to the place that I have called you. And then God is like, if you do so, I will bless you, I'll make you a great nation, and I will do all of that. And anyone that curses you, I would curse, and anyone that blesses you, I will bless. So now God is trying to establish a covenant with God, with Abraham. When I was reading this Bible verse, at first I just read it, but then I went back again and it just hit me. If you think about it, our family is it's a part of our lives that we actually cannot just let go of. If you think about, how will I put it? Abraham was with his family, and he was in his father's house. So these people are people that he has grown up with. These people are people that he knows. He doesn't know anyone else. He's attached to these people. He's attached to his family. So if you think about the fact that God is telling him to leave his family, he should leave his father's house. God is telling him to leave what he knows, is to leave what he's used to leave what he's attached to, and go to a place of uncertainty, to go to a place that he's not sure of, go to a place that God has called him to do. If you think about, if you ponder on this more and more, you actually see that Abraham's obedience to God cost him his family. It cost him leaving people that he actually genuinely care about behind, and that is a lot of sacrifice. That is a huge sacrifice. It's not, for all of you that know, it's not easy to leave something that you are attached to. It's a very difficult thing, but this was what God was calling Abraham to do. And God told him that if he does this, he's going to bless him in high places and all of that. So today, I just really want to speak to all of us, including myself. The walk with God would require you to do things that you actually do not plan for. When you decide to give your life to God, He might tell you to take a step that you are not ready for, that might require you to make a lot of sacrifice. For example, He might tell you to leave your job, maybe because that's not where He has planted you and He wants you to leave. That would be very difficult for you to do. He might tell you to leave in an environment that you're used to and go to a different city, and that means you have to start all over. That's a huge sacrifice. He might tell you to give up all the money that you have in your account. That is a huge sacrifice as well. But we have to understand that our relationship with God would require us to be obedient to Him, and sometimes in the process of being obedient, we have to make sacrifices that we actually do not plan for. And today I just really want us to trust God when He tells us to do something that we feel it's very hard and it's a huge sacrifice for us. I just really want us to remember to trust God, because God blessed Abraham greatly, and today we all call ourselves children of Abraham, because God made him a nation and God made him really great. So some of us, we just really want the easy way out. We want to be in a relationship, we want to have a strong relationship with God, but we're not really ready to make the sacrifice. But I just really want to remind you that if you're going to have a relationship with God, then you have to be ready to be obedient, and at the same time you have to be willing to make sacrifices, because it's almost inevitable. For God to even have relationship with us, his children, he had to sacrifice his only son Jesus Christ to die for us on the cross of Calvary. And today we sing Hosanna and praises to his name. Today we call on Jesus Christ for grace and for mercy and for the forgiveness of our sin. And the only reason we enjoy that is because God had to sacrifice his only son for our sake. So if you want to have a good relationship with God, you have to be willing to be obedient and to just give everything that you have. Paul did it, Peter did it, the disciples of Jesus Christ did it, Noah did it as well. Like, you just have to be ready to sacrifice. Like, even in your daily relationship with your family and your friends, you find out that there's a lot of things you will have to compromise on. And some of us, we are actually willing to go the extra mile for someone that we love, someone that we care about, but because we don't see God, it's a difficult thing for us to do. But you have to remember that God is greater than anything else, and if he's calling you to do whatever it is that he has been laying on your mind, maybe he wants you to live a relationship that he has not planned for you to be in. Maybe he wants you to change your location. Maybe he wants you to start a business, and you just think about all the costs that it might incur. Making that step might incur, and you're just like, no, I can't do this, but then we want God to bless us, we want God to give us this and give us that. You have to remember that it doesn't work that way. Like, you have to be constantly obedient, and even if your obedience will cost you some things, you have to be willing to do that, because that is what relationship is all about, especially the relationship with God, and that's what trust and obedience is all about. So I'm just going to leave you guys with something. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. So it says, now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that the Lord your God will set you up above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, because you have obeyed the voice of the Lord your God. So I just also want to remind us that even as we make the decision to obey God, I want us to remember that it will never be in vain. It will never, ever, ever be in vain. God is definitely going to bless us. God is definitely going to make sure that the sacrifice that we make for his sake would stand and would bear fruit and would be something that we would never regret. In the end, I mean, look at Mary. Mary had to deal with the stigma of being pregnant and not being married, and that's a very terrible situation to be at that time. But today, she gave birth to the most amazing son in the whole wide universe, and that's Jesus Christ. And because of that, we are saved. So sometimes, obedience might not just help your life, but it might help the life of other people that you care about. So today, I just really want to urge all of us to be obedient to God and to trust his voice, and indeed he will bless us. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for those that commented. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Until next week.